Boy, my friends and family sure are getting tired of me referring to them as pawns all the time. Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Gaming. I'm Chris Chappell. And today we assume the mantle of the Arisen in Dragons Dogma 2 to restore our stolen humanity. And the best way to do that is to view everyone around me as pawns to utilize for my own ends. Dragons Dogma 2 makes use of perhaps the most advanced character creation system ever devised by man. And of course, most people use it to make ungodly horrors. It's like something out of the Evil Dead. I prefer handsome Squidward. You also create your own pawn, an AI-controlled NPC that will follow your every whim. Is there some kind of message in this that requires some deep thoughts? Oh, just wait. We swiftly find ourselves thrust into the middle of unrest, corrupt leaders, and vying aristocrats seeking to dominate the world. To them, you aren't the Arisen, you're just another pawn, a means to their end. But do they not know that as the Arisen, you are chosen by an ancient dragon of fable and nightmare to face a seemingly impossible challenge? Them! Yes, the dragon is seeking someone strong enough to defeat it. And everything you do is towards that ultimate purpose. Oh wait, I'm the pawn. If the Arisen actually succeeds in defeating the dragon, they will face the Seneschal, the ruler of all things. While a seemingly impossible challenge, should they somehow survive, they will be offered the Seneschal's mantle of immense power and the responsibilities associated with it. Oh, another RPG where you kill God. There's a whole episode in just that trope. However, should the chosen hero fail, they're transformed into the next dragon to seek out another who possesses a will strong enough to face the ruler again in a seemingly endless cycle of shifting power. Nothing like your boss forcing you to train your own replacement, right? Amidst the endless ambushes and deadly battles that make up the game, the blind willingness of the Arisen's commissioned followers and companions to run headlong into danger to protect their master reveals that they are enslaved to the Arisen's cult of personality. Throughout history, people have been drawn to charismatic leaders, often to their own destruction. You shouldn't listen to any old charismatic charlatan when they tell you to like and subscribe. In 1956, Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev delivered in a secret speech a damning condemnation of Joseph Stalin and the cult of personality he crafted. And while it may be hard to believe people would blindly follow this, when you see young Stalin, things make a lot more sense. Talk about a successful character creation. The secret speech was leaked to the West by the Israeli intelligence agency Shin Bet. Khrushchev revealed such details about Stalin's purges that there were reports that some in the audience suffered heart attacks and others took their own lives. Now that's a cult of personality. The practice of religiously following a particular figure, mimicking their personality traits and beliefs instead of embracing one's own, is certainly not new. From ancient gods to mortal dictators to hit songs of the 20th century. Dragons Dogma 2, in its effort to provide a fantastical escape into a wild and unusual world, actually provides a poignant portrayal of the cult of personality in our own world as we see the relationship between the Arisen and their pawns. The primary pawn is directly created by the Arisen and selflessly follows the player's lead without any true agency. They are quite literally molded into a desired form by the one that controls them, the perfect follower, if you will. Each pawn crafted finds itself devoid of any conventional willpower or societal influence in their own right. This is seen even to the extent that they can be temporarily rented out to another Arisen in another game world for a price. A tool merely in need of a hand to control it. They have no individual value beyond the proverbial shield they can provide their master in battle or the information they're able to provide the Arisen to fulfill their desired quests. In the real world, pawns, both those created and paid for, are not unlike the sought-after voting bloc in today's volatile social landscape. In order to obtain their assistance in overcoming an adversary, the voters are fed what to say and moralized into what to believe, while consistently being offered promises of recognition for their devotion and confirmation that they are on the right side of history. Yet the pawns endure the real-world consequences for their support, physical and societal attacks from the opposition, while their supposed leader, unscathed, simply obtains new pawns to replace them. This leaves the followers bereft of their place of belonging, endlessly promised to them, and more often than not, without a legitimate route to regain what they likely lost in the process. When needed for elections, the controlled voting bloc is whipped up into a frenzy by their political champions, by effectively aligning the bloc with their own personal goals, through propaganda and social engineering. The amassed followers are then sent out to do the bidding of their leaders, ill-equipped yet completely sure of their mission's necessity. Not unlike the pawns of Dragons Dogma, these groups can also be essentially rented out to other leaders, for they have no intrinsic value to those in power beyond the effect of their faceless numbers. Yet when pressed with the simple question of why one believes something, or even asked basic facts about their movements, those overcome by the power of their particular cult stutter. They fall back onto the popularity of their idol and engage in ad hominem attacks against any who would oppose them. Often a devotee of such an idolized individual is unable to defend their proverbial Arisen's goals, as they do not fully understand them themselves, only that they have been given a sense of purpose in joining the group. The beliefs of the individual that they have embraced become their revered mantras, without considering if they actually agree with them, or if they even make cognitive sense when explored beyond simplistic buzzwords and slogans. Only the perceived power and popularity of their leader need be considered, leaving logic dangerously far behind. When confronted by legitimate criticisms, they lash out, even violently at times, to protect their leader, unable to, with any sincerity, provide a reason for their devotion, only that not supporting what they support is patently immoral, hateful, and evil. Through increased isolation, the polarization of most aspects of life, and endless reinforcement of social divides, such cult-like followings for those in places of power and celebrity are growing more common by the day. As described by Elena Soboleva, researcher from National Research University, cults of personality have become easier to create and sustain in modern times, as mass media has become increasingly sophisticated and accessible, enabling the leaders of cults of personality to more easily spread and control their messages. Just like a real-life application of the bestowal of spirit, just with much less Ulrika and way more AOC. But it should be remembered that the personality cult enslaves the leader as much as anyone. Stalin lived out his latter days in terror of being assassinated. The Arisen had their hearts, the essence of their will, removed. Set on a path to become the ruler of all things, they find themselves forever linked to an insidious and serpentine benefactor providing them with the power over others. This is, of course, in return for their loss of true humanity, and the embrace of the extremely likely possibility that they could be defeated, devoured, and become the very creature they have been linked to the entire time. You're thinking of the devil. I'm thinking of BlackRock. We are not the same. Thank you for watching Deep Thoughts While Gaming. And remember, don't drink the Kool-Aid, especially not of this charismatic leader. Or you can hit that join button to become a channel member. You'll get access to an exclusive Discord server, live streams, videos, emojis, and it's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this video that YouTube's algorithm thinks you'll enjoy.